Hello and welcome to another episode of Jalan-Jalan Cari Rumah, where we go around talking about the property market and eventually we'll also start going and reviewing properties. I'm Ikhram, your host, and this is my co-host Gunaprasath, a property expert.
Hi everyone, I have coffee, Old Town White Coffee. I've been holding this sachet for the past half an hour, hoping that Ikhram will make me a cup of coffee, but he's not doing that. So I'll just put it aside for now, yeah? Hi Ikhram, how are you?
Hi Guna, I'm good, thanks. I'm not very good with coffee, but ask me to make you a full-blown meal like nasi lemak or nasi ayam, that I can do.
I've got this recorded, yeah? So I'm going to hold him to this. He's going to make me nasi lemak one of these days.
And if Guna dies in hospital,
Yes, so welcome to another episode of Jalan-Jalan Cari Rumah, where Ikhram and I banter each other on topics related to the property industry. We seldom agree, but sometimes we do.
yeah, sometimes we do. And, next we're going to bring boxing gloves in, right? So when we really don't agree, we can just punch each other.
That's perfect. Yeah, I'll bring 2 sets, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so what are we talking about today, Ikhram?
Today we're talking about shopping malls. Everybody loves them. Everyone loves to go shopping. But does it really, or rather, how does it affect your property or its appreciation and its value in the long term? Is it good or is it bad? Is it a nuisance or is it great? This is something that I want to explore with Gunaprasath today.
Okay, now, the key elements when it comes to a township is having amenities around. Right? Your development itself, your facilities within your development is, of course, you need to have that. Like a swimming pool, your gym, your so on, for your own personal necessity. But when it comes to other necessities, amenities are so important. First and foremost, you have to have schools around. Right? You have to have hospitals around. You have to have medical institutions around. You have to have educational institutions around. You've got to have public transport around.
Yep.
And you have to have a shopping complex.
Have to have?
Yes, I say so. You have to have a shopping complex. I wouldn't say a shopping complex as in a big mega mall in your area, but you need to have a mall of convenience. This is to avoid the necessity of driving out 45 minutes to an hour to get groceries. To avoid going out 45 minutes to an hour to have something to eat. You got to have the simple necessities. So I'm not saying a full-blown mega mall like I mentioned, but there should be it will be a plus point, in my opinion, to have a smaller shopping complex around, which has these amenities within them.
Okay, this is where I'm going to disagree with Guna. I feel shopping malls are a great amenity, but having a small shopping mall, something that's not a Mid-Valley mega mall, doesn't do well in Malaysia. Let's take a very close example to where we are, right? Look at KL Gateway. It's struggling to survive. Q City Mall, again, struggling to survive. I think occupancy there is, probably 30%, 40% at the tops. I think it's more 30%, right? And I've been trying to figure out why. I've been walking through all these malls that are half dead, okay? And the only conclusion I can come to is that if you're not big and grand and, spectacular with all kinds of entertainment and variety of retail outlets, you're not going to do well as a mall. And when it's not doing well, when it's half dead, it's actually bad publicity for your neighborhood.
Agreed, to a certain extent, of course. I have to banter, you know that, yeah? Yes, I agree. You take what's that mall in SS2?
SS2 Mall.
SS2 Mall, that's right, yeah. Yeah, SS2 Mall is half dead. I think another mall came up somewhere near there in one of Bandar Utama side, Sterling Mall, is it? Or Starling Mall or something?
Starling, yeah.
That's also half dead. right? But if you look at certain areas, for instance, Subang, Empire. Empire is not your Mid Valley. Empire does not have any form of entertainment within it.
Cinema?
No, none. No cinemas, nothing. It has a grocer. It has Jaya Grocer. And it has eateries. And I think there's a play gym upstairs for the kids. But that's basically the entertainment there. But they have some good names within them. Like Uniqlo is there. You've got Cotton On there. You've got some good eateries. Like Chili's is there and so on. So these are attractions to people in the area. And since Empire came up, even though it's such a small entity, the crowd in Subang Parade died off. And Subang Parade has been there for donkeys of years. And it's been known as the family mall. But the crowd in Subang Parade died off, and tenants in Subang Parade died off as well, and they've gone to Empire. So it depends on the area. Like if you take KL City, as you mentioned earlier, you take KL City, yes, a stone's throw away you'll hit a mall. And that is why the smaller malls cannot survive. Because the bigger malls are there within the vicinity. But in areas that are a little bit away from the city, I think the smaller malls would survive if they are smart enough to cater to the necessity of the people around.
But even outside of Kuala Lumpur, I was recently in Kuantan, and since you mentioned Mid Valley, they have a mega mall there, right? Which is dead. It was doing so well before, but now it's completely dead. It looks like there's no retail. There's barely any big retailers over there. My point is this: that there is some there are some ingredients towards what makes a successful mall. In my opinion, Empire is not actually that small. It's a decent sized mall, and they've got some things right. The eateries, having that around has helped a lot. Many malls get this wrong. They don't focus. They don't have good tenant a tenant mix. Yeah, so they're lacking in that. But having a mall in your neighborhood is definitely a good thing. I've come across studies that say there's one very conclusive study that showed that the closer a successful shopping mall was to a residential area, the relationship between that successful mall and the appreciation in prices was positive. Meaning having a shopping mall near your residential area can actually boost property prices. One example is Mid Valley. So many years ago, I grew up in Taman Seputeh. Property prices there were, it was expensive, not very expensive, but after Mid Valley came, prices shot like crazy. Taman Seputeh today is, very expensive. It's not what it was before. Look at Mutiara Damansara. After with the Curve and Tesco and all that, it really boosted the property prices there. Bandar Utama, you have one Utama. So I've noticed that wherever good and successful shopping malls are, it kind of boosts the appreciation on your property. What do you say about that?
Totally agreed. The appreciation is in tandem with the traffic, the human traffic that's coming to the area. Yeah. Why does the price go up? Because you have more visibility. You have more people coming in and out of the area. So it's just a matter of popularity, if you ask me. That's how I look at it. It's more of popularity. One Utama, Bandar Utama. Why would prices in Bandar Utama go up? Because a lot of people are coming in and out of the area. Mutiara Damansara, Damansara Perdana. Not many shopping malls there, but because IKEA is in Mutiara, you've still got a lot of traffic coming in through that area. Yeah. So prices in Damansara Perdana has shot up as well. Yeah. So yes, it will shoot up because of the popularity, because of the human traffic that's in and out of the area. So I totally agree with that. Appreciation is definitely there when it comes to amenities within your area.
So the next question is this: should investors or home buyers be looking out for a shopping mall when they want to buy a property? Is it mandatory that I'm able to see a successful shopping mall in the neighborhood for me to buy property there? or is this a bonus?
I wouldn't put it as a shopping mall is your gauge point for property investment. I've mentioned this before. I think in our first episode, in fact. Look for the green man. Look for the coffee beans. Look for the Starbucks. Look for the McDonald's, the KFCs. These are franchisees. And I would put my money on franchisees more than shopping malls. Shopping malls, remember this, they do their they do their research as well. Definitely, they're not going to come up with a shopping mall without research done. But their research is based on long term. It's a matter of developing that mall within that area and bringing in attracting the crowd from the catchment to come to that area. Whereas franchisees, their research is based on a shorter term period. In the sense that I come up with my coffee bean here,
And I need my return.
I need my return. Yeah, I need it fast. Therefore, their research will be something more in line with your investment compared to shopping malls. So I wouldn't look at a shopping mall per se, but I would look more to the franchisees. It's a plus point if you see a shopping mall coming up in that area. It's a plus point if you see that franchisee coming up within a shopping mall in that area. But I would look for the franchisees more than the shopping mall.
Okay, I agree with you, but I will also look for the shopping mall because every little bit counts.
True.
If there's every single factor that can contribute towards capital appreciation, I would want it there. So for me, if I'm going to invest, I would be looking at the franchisees, of course, the location, accessibility, public transportation, all these givens, but I would also be looking for a successful shopping mall in the area.
You would have trouble though. Not many shopping complexes or shopping malls offer hats.
Actually, no shop in Malaysia offers good quality hats. I've had trouble. You know, I've got this, my favorite, the Panama hat. That I had to order it from overseas. Couldn't find a single shop in Malaysia that sold it.
I don't know anybody like this, man. This is the unique Ikhram Merican. And the suspenders.
I have to shield my eyes from those eyebrows, you know, they glare at me. So I need this when I'm with Gunaprasath. So anyway, we've come to the end. What do you think? Do you think shopping malls are a significant contributor to the value or the long-term value of properties? Or do you think otherwise? Do you think it's more of a nuisance? You know, when Mid Valley first opened, you could actually access it through Taman Seputeh. That means you could go in towards Taman Seputeh and come in. It caused a major traffic jam. So residents who were living peacefully and quietly there for years suddenly had to put up with this horrendous traffic. So sometimes a shopping mall can be a nuisance. In Mutiara Damansara, the Curve, IKEA, it gets really jammed during weekends and it causes residents some discomfort. So do you think shopping malls are a burden on residents, or do you think that it's actually a value booster? Please add on to everything that we've discussed and said here today.
Yes, please do. We welcome all comments, positive, negative, whatsoever. Comment box is at the bottom. Drop us a note. Just to conclude this, right, I'd also like to add one small pointer here. We also have got to look at the strata developments. There are a lot of stratas that are coming up nowadays with shopping complexes at the bottom.
Correct.
And residential units. It's commercial units, named residential units at the top, right? Mainly for the convenience of the residents. Yeah. So that's one point to look at here as well. Yes. Why would they do that? Because it just serves as more convenience for the people.
More convenience, and sometimes I think developers just trying to maximize his, returns.
True. Yeah. So please share your thoughts, and that's another episode of Jalan Jalan Cari Rumah.
So we meet again next week. I'm Ikhram and
I'm Guna. Peace.